Just a reminder before today's programme that if you missed it, you can check out the first episode of the Ident Review Extra, where we took a look at the very first BBC2 ident of the 1990s, Paint. And now, here on AMTV, time for episode 2 of the Ident Review Extra. Are you ready to swim? Hello, and welcome to the Ident Review Extra, a new spin-off show that will look at one individual ident each episode and give it the review it deserves. And today we continue our marathon through the BBC2 idents of the 1990s. So this time, we will specifically be looking at one of the first batch that launched a look for BBC2 back in 1991. Here is Water. Well, they do say that water is meant to be soothing. Similar to paint, as this was one of the first batch, this was always in heavy circulation throughout the entire 1990s. It's very simplistic, as many of these early ones were, but that only serves to strengthen it in nearly every way possible. The aqua blue of the water is beautiful, simply beautiful to look at, and the way the picture splits at that perfect 45-degree angle, showing us the two half submerged and half free of the water, creates a striking and more importantly memorable final image in the mind of the viewer. But water is also quite unique in the early days of 90s idents, for it had a slight variation that was also in circulation, and that variation has come to be dubbed as reflection. Could you spot the difference? It's true that for an eye that isn't closely looking for difference in the detail, you probably won't notice or think this is anything other than the standard water ident. But watching the two together and really paying attention to the water side of the picture, you can see that the light has been slightly adjusted, so that the top half of the two is reflected. And in a way, I think I prefer the reflection variation to the original. Something simple as adding a reflection just further adds to the depth and immersion that you're watching something half submerged. You almost feel as if you could touch the water itself. Water and its reflection variant would continue to be broadcast on BBC2 all the way up until 2001, surviving the corporate rebrand in 1997. Here's a clip from its later years in use.
Kylie Minogue, Steps and Right Said Fred all in Top of the Pops on BBC One now. For us here on BBC2, well, that's all for now. We're back at 3 o'clock with the OU. For now, good night.
Water is remembered fondly by those of us who grew up seeing it in the 90s and early 2000s, but like Paint, it would be lucky enough to see a new lease of life over a decade later. Well, in Northern Ireland anyway. A number of the 90s idents were selected to be brought back into circulation for BBC2's 50th anniversary in 2014. However, a great many more of these idents would appear on Northern Ireland screens only, and Water was one of them. Here's a little look at the ident in recent years.
A change to the schedule now on BBC2 Northern Ireland as we take a quick trip to Whitehaven with Coast.
Eventually, after 27 years of being on and off the air, Water was finally retired along with the rest of its peers in September of 2018. But its impact over those nearly 3 decades can't be denied. It's one of 90s idents from BBC2 that instantly elicits reaction from those who remember it, both young and old. It still continues to be a calming and satisfying watch, and a testament to the idea that less is almost certainly more. And so we've come to the end, but before we go, the final words from our broadcaster. That was the Ident Review Extra. We hope you enjoyed and that you tune in next time. Keep an eye on the Community tab and the Sunday Catch-Up for further news about this programme, as well as others here on AMTV. But until next time, have a good week, and we hope that you'll join us again soon. Good night.